Hi, I'm Freak Boy, and welcome to Freak Boy Runs. You're catching me out of breath here because I just finished a 1 kilometer interval. It's a tempo session today. My first time doing a workout in over 4 months. So I decided to ease into it with just a tempo session, 10 by 1 kilometer with 1 minute-ish rests in between. And it's going okay so far. I just got a few more seconds left here on my rest. I'm keeping my heart rate right in zone 3 so far, low to mid zone 3 on every rep. Here we go. Which is perfect. Next week I'm going to try a speed session where I'm running actually quite a bit faster. I felt like I better ease into it this week. Just kind of test the waters. Make sure I'm comfortable at tempo pace before I try and do any real speed work. Anyways, I got my hand out of my glove holding the camera here. It's getting really cold. Plus I need to concentrate on my pace and heart rate. So we'll pick you up later in the session. Okay, I've decided for my last rep here, I'm going to try and take you through the whole rep and see if I can do that. I'm going to need to pay close attention to my heart rate and pace. Since I'm trying to talk to the camera and hold the camera, it might spike a little. My heart rate's already into zone 3. We're gonna try to keep it there, not let it spike up into zone 4. We're gonna do the best we can. Change arms here. Try and give myself a little bit of a break that way. Okay, heart rate's already high zone 3, so I gotta be careful here. It's not a disaster if I go into zone 4, since it's my last rep. But I'd like to keep it in zone 3. Oh, okay, arms getting tired on either side pretty quickly. So we'll just keep switching back and forth. I should get an announcement here in a second for my heart rate and pace. And I'll let you know what it is. Okay, heart rate is 161, which is just 1 beat out of zone 3, but I'm running too hard too. My pace is 7:15, which when I'm in better shape, I'd be running faster than that for tempo. But right now, I'm not in great shape. So, I need to try and calm myself a little bit here. Not quite go so hard. Just see if I can keep it from going too much higher. just said my heart rate's 162. My pace is 718. So it's still too fast. It's still a touch high in terms of heart rate. Holding my arm up like this and talking to camera is definitely not helping. I can't see my watch to see how much farther I have to go, but at least it's at least another minute or so. My pace now 7:23, so I'm slowing down. I just went up a little incline. Heart rate's up to 163. Definitely too high. Okay. Geese. Okay. That wasn't too bad. I suspected I wouldn't be able to control my heart rate while I was trying to talk and hold the camera out at the same time. But I'm done. This last interval went a little bit too fast and a touch high in the heart rate. But I'm going to give myself a pass on that, especially since I'm done now. All of the 9 reps were within just a few seconds of each other in terms of pace, and all were in zone 3. So I would say, had I not tried to do what I did with the camera here, I certainly would have been able to get the 10th rep done in the same fashion. So that's it for my first workout. I'm happy I did it. It was hard this morning getting myself ready for it. I kept toying with the idea of, I don't know, putting it off till tomorrow or just getting started next week, or trying to talk myself into all kinds of things. But eventually I just decided, if I don't start now, when? Right? How about now? So I got myself ready and I got out here. It's a little bit chilly, so I wore 2 shirts today. Wore some ski gloves to keep my fingers warm. But turned out to be quite a lovely morning for a run. I'm really happy I did it. So I'll put you guys back in my pocket for the rest of my cool down here, and plan to pick you back up on my 16-mile/26 kilometer long run on Sunday. Okay, cheerio. Well, I've got to Sunday for my Sunday long run. I have decided that I'm going to scale back this week. I haven't really been following a structured plan for quite some time now, but I feel like I've done 3 pretty long runs, a 15, then a 16 and another 16 in the last 3 long runs, that it should be time for me to slot in a little bit of a break volume wise for my body this week. So I'm going to cut it back to maybe something like 8 miles today. It's a nice day out. It was cold this morning, so I waited till afternoon, and it's pretty comfortable. Still donning the long sleeves just because there's a bit of a wind, but pretty lovely Texas winter day. The workout that I did, my first real workout on Thursday, I think turned out pretty good. As you saw in that part of the video, I didn't manage it perfectly at the end there, but I felt really good afterwards. My left hamstring did tighten up a little bit, but nothing to make me think it was injured or anything, just kind of some normal tightness. So yeah, I think that was a good thing to do. One of the things I'm kind of suffering from right now is something that I deal with pretty much every January. I think a lot of people would understand depression that kind of comes on during the holidays, and that happens for me, but just slightly differently, a little bit delayed, I guess, insofar as I get through the holidays themselves okay. I travel up to Canada, I get to see my family. There's a lot of activity and excitement around that. And then when I leave and come back to reality, that's when it kind of hits. So beginning of January is always rough for me, and this year is no different. So that's part of what I'm battling against right now. It's really a struggle just for some of the basic stuff that I've been doing on autopilot for so long. Just one of the things being doing the workouts, starting on a training plan, and that Thursday workout was my attempt at trying to get that kick started. So I'm going to continue working on that. When I get home today after my run, I'm going to put some things on the calendar. I think that really helps me, just having the things on the calendar makes it a lot more likely that I'll do them. Deciding on the day that I'm going to do something is much more difficult. So I'm going to plan out the next week on my calendar when I get home, get those workouts on there, and hopefully that will help. I don't want to use the term motivate, but I don't know a better word right now, but motivate me to get out and do them. Yeah, I mean, other basic stuff that I'm struggling right now is with my diet, not eating well. I'm overeating and eating some bad stuff that I shouldn't even be buying when I go shopping. And so yeah, it's just some of those bad habits that I'm just allowing, I guess just a lack of discipline to creep back into my routines here, and really want to try and get that under control. So my other updates are with regards to my glute recovery and rehab and all of that stuff. I think that's a little bit of what's feeding into my depression lately, is that I've been seeing the physio now for almost 2 months, and I don't feel like I'm noticing any significant progress, but I also am trying to realize and internalize that patience is part of it. I need to stick with it and see if I can get there. My date came and went for accepting my invitation to the age group world championships in Cape Town. That was a few days ago. I'm not going. It's just not in the cards this year. It's going to be too expensive, and I've got some other things happening this year that I need to conserve my financial resources for. So that's out. For a similar reason, so is the cataract surgery that I was planning for at the end of this month. I had it scheduled, and then some of the prices were confirmed for, specifically for the facilities, which I didn't know initially when I scheduled it, and it was just way too expensive. So I'm not doing that this year either. Yeah, so not a great update. Hopefully the earlier part of this video was a little more exciting to watch, to see me do that workout, and at least get myself started back on the road to, sorry about that, I lost my train of thought for a second there. Just get myself back on the road to being disciplined, being consistent, being patient, and being tenacious. My 4 pillars of endurance training, which I realized are also just my 4 general pillars of living life. So that's all I've got this week. If you're enjoying the content in any way, please hit the like button below. Subscribe if you haven't done that yet. Comment and share if you dare. And until next time, on Freak Boy Runs, embrace the misery. Freak Boy out.